There was no warning, no teaser on a roadmap, just a 10 gigabyte patch that materialized on May 5th, 2026. Yo, what's up? Alonso here with Level Up Gaming, and if you're new to Level Up Gaming, welcome, okay? I'm Alonso. How are you? Good? Okay. We talk all things gaming right here. We all thought the book on Infinite was closed. We were told the team was shifting focus to future projects, and the live service was basically done after Operation Infinite wrapped up late November. And yet here we are. Oh, here we are indeed. Nobody saw this coming. Seriously, no one. Okay, 1 minute the community is chatting about the next Xbox showcase and those rumors about Halo campaign evolved, and the next, everyone's downloads are kicking off. What we got is something called Firefight Gauntlet, and it's not just a new playlist. It feels like a total reimagining of what PvE can be in this game. So the big question is here, is this surprise content drop the shot in the arm Infinite desperately needed? Is this the reason to reinstall? We're about to dive into the new Firefight Gauntlet mode to find out, so strive on. Let's just pause for a second and appreciate how completely out of left field this was. For months, the accepted story was that Halo Infinite, while in a pretty good place, was basically feature complete. Okay? That's it. Halo Studios, let's be real. We all still call them 343 out of habit, has supposedly been heads down on other things. The community had moved on. We're all speculating about the future of the franchise, not the precedent of Infinite. Boom. A patch goes live. Depending on your platform, you were looking at a download of about 10.2 gigabytes on Xbox, a slightly smaller 7.1 gigabytes on the PC Microsoft Store, and a shockingly tiny 1.9 gigabyte on Steam, thanks to some compression wizardry. The patch notes that came with it were massive. They detailed over 50 bug fixes for little things like forge nodes and emblem alignments, but right at the top was the main event, a new feature playlist called the Gauntlet. According to the official post, this playlist is the main featured activity from now until May 19th, 2026. But after that, it's not vanishing. It's being permanently added to the Firefight playlist rotation along with its two new custom-built maps, Munera Platform H6 and Munera Platform W4. This isn't some temporary event, it's a permanent foundational piece of the game that was dropped on us with absolutely zero hype. The devs described it as a spiritual successor to Warzone Firefight, which is a phrase that immediately makes veteran players sit up straight. But they also stressed this wasn't a simple copy-paste job. This thing was built entirely in Forge, which is just a testament to how powerful those tools are now. It's also designed to be, and I'm quoting players who've already jumped in, the hardest PvE in Halo history. Bold! This is a whole different beast. It's chaotic, it's punishing, and it might be one of the most intense co-op experiences Halo has ever had. So what are you actually doing in this mode? First, forget about everything you know about classic Firefight. Gauntlet isn't about surviving waves against the timer, it's about hunting. Here's the basic loop. You and 3 other Spartans drop into a match that takes place across 5 separate arenas. The twist is that the order of these arenas is randomized every single time you play. You'll hit all 5 in one match, but you'll never know which one is coming next. Inside each arena, your objective sounds simple. Kill the boss. Easy peasy. The game will throw endless waves of banished at you. Grunts, jackals, brutes, hunters, a whole lot. Okay? These waves literally do not stop. They are only there to apply pressure, drain your ammo, break your shields, and distract you from the real target, the arena's champion. These champions are named bosses pulled right out of the campaign, so think heavy hitters like Bassus, Tremonius, Chuck Luck, or even the Cloak Nightmare himself, Jega Domani. Until your team takes down that champion, the odds are infinite. Once you finally kill the boss, the endless waves stop and a portal opens. Your team gets just 30 seconds to scramble through it into a central hub. This hub is your only breather. It's a small room with upgrade terminals and weapon racks to restock. Those 30 seconds are frantic, okay? Anxiety inducing. You have to scream at your team about what to upgrade, grab fresh weapons, and get ready before the timer hits 0 and you're warped into the next random arena to do it all over again. Clear all 5 arenas by defeating all 5 champions, and you win. Easy. Easy. If your whole fire team goes down at the same time, it's game over. Back to the lobby. No shared pool of lives, it's all or nothing. And now for the real curveball. The Harbinger. The devs added a brutal time penalty. If your team has taken too long to kill a champion, she shows up. The Harbinger acts as this persistent high-threat enemy who teleports all over the place, shooting those annoyance-seeking projectiles and just generally making a terrible situation even worse. She's designed specifically to punish slow play, but if you manage to kill her, she drops an oddball skull. If you can carry that skull through the portal to the hub, you get a huge personal score boost and maybe other buffs. It's a fascinating strategy layer that forces you to balance risk and reward. The replayability is just off the charts. The arena order is random. The enemy waves, random. The champions, random. The weapons in the hub are random. It's a completely different Gauntlet every single time. This is where Gauntlet really starts to feel less like a simple horde mode and more like a real endgame activity. Let's talk about the 2 biggest new mechanics, okay? The player upgrade system and the AI aggro system. First, the upgrades. You start each match with 1 upgrade point and you earn more as you clear arenas and hit certain milestones. In that 30-second hub between rounds, you spend these points at terminals. There are 4 stats you can upgrade, each with 4 tiers. Your choices here can absolutely make or break your run, so be careful in choosing. Be clever. The first is damage. Pretty straightforward. You hit harder with guns or in your fists. Damage. Few points here early on means you're shedding shields and melting bosses' health bars, which is key to avoiding a visit from the Harbinger. Next, recovery. This shortens the delay before your shields and health start to regen. When you constantly are taking fire from every direction, being able to get back in the fight quickly is everything. A high recovery stat lets you duck behind cover for just a second and pop back out at full strength. Think of it as a sensu bean, but for space. Third, you've got resistance. This just makes you beefier by increasing your total shield and health. Okay? Raw survivability. It lets you tank that extra sniper shot or survive a grenade you didn't see coming. Players are already saying that a point or 2 in resistance early on is the difference between going down instantly and having a significant higher fighting chance. Finally, there's speed. This one might just be the secret MVP. It buffs your movement speed, reload speed, and even your melee recovery time. In Gauntlet's tight, chaotic arenas, mobility is life. Being able to reposition faster, get to a down body faster, and reload a power weapon faster without getting swarmed, game changer. Okay? The strategic depth is wild. Do you go full glass cannon with damage, become the team tank with resistance and recovery, or do you become an untouchable medic? The Flash, if you will, with speed. Now let's add the second layer, the AI aggro system. Halo has never really had something this explicit before. You can now see on your HUD which player the AI is primarily focused on. As you deal damage, you generate aggro, and the player with the most becomes a VIP target. Simple enough, right? They get a visual marker, and every enemy in the room, especially the boss, makes a beeline for them. Okay, this isn't just for show. It's a strategic tool. You can manipulate it. Need to pull enemies off a weak teammate? Start shooting, yo. Make them focus on you. Okay. Need to create an opening for your team to hit the boss? Have your tank pop and overshield and soak up all of the attention, okay? The aggro is constantly shifting. If you want to drop your aggro, active camo will instantly make you invisible to the AI. If you die, your aggro resets. This forces you to constantly communicate with your teammates and it becomes more on team. I've got aggro, they're all on me. Okay, I'm clear, I'm on the boss. My shields are popped. I gotta drop aggro. I gotta poop, I don't know. It's add a layer, tactical moment-to-moment decision making that feels like it belongs in a high-level MMO raid. Brilliant. It's brilliant. Before I walk you through my first attempt and showed you just how nuts this all gets, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, do me a solid and hit that like button down below, right there, right there. Thank you. It helps the video out, okay? And if you want to stay on top of all things Halo, especially if more surprises like this, please just hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you don't miss anything. Come on, be a pal. Alright, so after geeking out over the patch notes, I jumped in with some friends. We loaded into our first match on Munera platform H6. The first arena was this super claustrophobic banished train platform with barely any cover. The intensity was instant. There's no warm-up, you're just thrown straight into the fire. Our first champion was Basses. Suddenly, we have this giant hammer-wielding brute charging at us while we're fending off jackals, skirmishers, and suicide grunts. My friend, who was playing super aggressively, I might add, immediately became the VIP target. We saw the indicator pop up on him, and Basses and half the banished army just swarmed him. This let the rest of us just pour fire into Basses' back. We were using the aggro system without even really thinking about it. It was incredible to see it work so naturally. After barely surviving, I'm gonna say, we got our first taste of the 30-second huff. And it was pure chaos. I need VR ammo! Should I get damage or resistance? There's the rocket launcher! Who's grabbing it? Grab it! No, you! We made our panic choices. The timer hit 0. And poof, we were teleported. The next arena was completely different. A crumbling, lava-filled UNSC base. And this time our champion was Chak Lok. The fight felt totally different. He was grappling all over the map, trying to pick us off while the brute snipers pinned us down. I decided to spend my first point on speed and... Guys, it was a lifesaver. Okay, speed. I was able to dart between cover, revive a down teammate, and get better angles. We were doing okay, but we were taking too long. And then we heard it. A voice. The Harbinger showed up. The whole fight instantly changed on top of a teleporting elite with an energy sword. We now had this thing zipping around, firing seeking orbs at us from every angle. The chaos was just sublime. We decided to ignore her and just burn down Chak Lok. We killed him with only seconds left. Okay? All of us down to a sliver of health. We also saw how the equipment plays into this. One of my teammates grabbed an overshield and the effect was immediate and instantly drew all the aggro in the room. Every single enemy, including the champion, turned to him. He became a walk-in tank, a glorious distraction that let the rest of us just unload. It's that kind of sandbox energy that makes Gauntlet feel so special. We did hit some of the jank people are talking about. Someone got stuck on geometry for a few seconds. The end of game stats screen showed 0 kills for everyone, which is a known bug. Okay? But honestly, in the heat of the moment, none of them matter. The core loop is just that good. It's Firefight on steroids and I am completely hooked. The devs are calling this the spiritual successor to Warzone Firefight, and after playing it, I get it. But it's also a clear evolution. Think about it. In classic Firefight, even Halo 5's Warzone Firefight, the goal was always survival. You cleared waves or defended a point. Progression came from earning rec points to call in better gear. It was a power fantasy about holding on, holding out. Gauntlet flips that script. The goal isn't to survive the waves. The waves are just the tool the game uses to kill you. The goal is the boss hunt. This makes the whole experience feel way more aggressive. You're not defending. You're always pushing forward to take down a specific target. The progression is also totally different. Instead of the random rec system, Gauntlet gives us these permanent in-match upgrades. Your progress feels earned. The choices you make in the hub have a real immersive experience in the gameplay that you're experiencing. I mean, it has an immediate effect on your spot. It adds that layer of depth that makes it feel more like a replayable endgame mode than just an arcade shooter. And yeah, the difficulty is in another planet, okay? Warzone Firefight could get tough, but Gauntlet's mix of auto-scaling difficulty, tight arenas, endless pressure, and the Harbinger penalty makes it feel like you're constantly fighting for your life. I was. It demands teamwork and communication on a level we haven't seen outside of a Lazo run. It's not for the faint of heart, but for a dedicated team, it is incredibly satisfying. So back to the big question. Is Firefight Gauntlet the refresh Halo Infinite needed? Yes. This mode is more than just a new mode, it's a statement. It's a sign that even after we thought it was all over, Halo Studio is still passionate about this game and is willing to try bold, exciting new things. The mode, it's an absolute blast, I'm telling you. The loop of hunting a boss through chaos, frantically upgrading in 30 seconds, and then doing it all over it again, it's incredibly addictive. The upgrade system adds real strategic depth, and the aggro mechanic completely changes how you approach co-op fights in Halo. It rewards smart, coordinated teams in a way no firefight mode ever has. It's not perfect, the Forge build maps can feel a little janky at times, and the difficulty is no joke, I'm telling you right now. I'm not bad. This is not a casual friendly mode you can just breeze through. It will chew you up. The shorter times and lack of cover can feel brutal, guarantee. What Halo Studios has delivered here is a true endgame PvE activity for Halo Infinite, something players have wanted for years. It's challenging, it's endlessly replayable, and most importantly, it's a ton of fun. The surprise drop has completely reignited the conversation around Infinite. The community is buzzing, players are reinstalling, and it makes us all wonder, what else do they have cooking? If this is what they can drop out of nowhere, the wait for that Xbox showcase on June 7th, oh, my friend, just got a lot more exciting. If you want more gaming discussions and deep dives, hit this next video right here. Firefight Gauntlet, it's an outstanding addition to Halo Infinite. It's the most intense and strategic co-op experience I have played in a while. In the game, for that matter. If you love Halo's PvE, and if you're looking for a real challenge, you owe it to yourself to get your fire team together and step into the gauntlet, if you dare, that is. If gaming is your thing, hit subscribe because we've got a lot more content like this coming up. Drop a like you just unlocked the legendary achievement, my friend, and I will catch you and you in the next one.